Hello, and welcome to my second weather briefing. I'm Brandon Sperling. This is for Atmospheric Science 231. There you go. So we'll start off with the surface analysis chart. This is of the continental United States, and as you can see, there's a lot of information on this map. So I'm just going to go over kind of the main fronts and pressure systems, and basically concerning North Dakota, Minnesota, and then just any major front or pressure system. So for fronts, we got a cold front stretching from Canada down into the low North Carolina, basically all off the east coast, except for North Carolina. And we got a warm front stretching from northeast Colorado down through Kansas and into Oklahoma. And then behind that, we have a couple low pressure systems and a couple high pressure systems. For North Dakota and Minnesota, we have a high pressure system basically sitting right over the top of us right now, as you can see with this map. And then off to our west, we have a stationary front sitting basically stretching from basically up in Canada down to through Montana, through about the North Dakota, Montana border, South Dakota area as well, down to almost the South Dakota, Nebraska border. And then there's kind of a little stretch of a cold front stretching from about South Dakota, Iowa border to Lake Michigan, where it hits a low pressure system. So, next thing we're going to look at is the upper air chart. See if I can find it. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so upper air. So we're getting that high pressure due to from the north because we have this on this 300 millibar chart. It shows us that we're getting air pushed down onto us from the north because of this ridge over, let's see, Montana, Oregon, basically the western half of the United States, and it drops back down into another trough over, it looks like Great Lakes in Wisconsin, Michigan area, and we're just kind of in the cotton mill where it kind of dips back down to the south. If you look down at the winds, if you look over here is Grand Forks, we're getting mainly winds out of the north, 360, 320, 320, yeah, basically 320, 300, all across the board. Even though they're fairly light, they're pretty marginal. You get a little pretty strong. But look at satellite, you see there is some weather developing along those fronts that we talked about, like that stationary front, that cold front. Storms hanging around the North Dakota, Montana border, South Dakota, Montana, Nebraska, and also down in Oklahoma where that warm front was kind of hitting around. But up and around our area, not really that much. We got some high level clouds, but nothing really dense enough to where we're going to have any type of precipitation anytime soon. So it should be pretty nice weather around it. Well, it's pretty nice weather around our area, that's for sure. And just looking at the surface, you can see that our area, we're not real warm, but we're nice and clear. Nice low 70s, which is just perfect. But it's clear skies. Obviously, as we saw in the last satellite picture, that there is some low clouds. So some clouds, but not enough to be any trouble, I would say. Now, if you look off to the western part of the state, you can see more like 15 knot winds, some thunderstorms, but also a lot warmer temperatures, so like 95 and 94, 86, whereas compared to our 73 or 74 in Fargo kind of thing. Looking over at radar, you can see kind of a band along that band where you could see in the satellites where the clouds were really at. There's some rain, or there's a lot of storms popping up in those areas, as it's shown on back down in Oklahoma as well, Nebraska, North Dakota, Montana border, South Dakota border, all that area. And then, like I said again, there's nothing really in our area. For the area forecast, this is from the Chicago area. I'm just going to look over at the North Dakota side. Oh, this is brand new. So, western side is overcast about at the 4,000 flight level 040, and the tops at about flight level 240. Whereas on the eastern side, where we are at, uh, just skies are cleared. There's nothing really. But at about 8 Zulu, we're going to get something broken clouds at about flight level 120. It tops about 240. However, outlook, we're looking about VFR, so it'll be pretty clear skies for the most part for North Dakota, which is really nice. But anyways, so if you look into our future, if we now look into our future, you can see our high pressure system is going to eventually move off to the east, and that's going to allow the stationary front to kind of it'll probably, I guess, weaken and become kind of more like a warm front here, a cold front. Yeah, this should probably still be a stationary front, but it's going to move closer towards us than what it was before. That cold front that was to the southwest, that's going to get much stronger, but it's going to push further south. With the high pressure pushing off, though, that's going to allow the moisture the storms that were hitting the borders of Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, are going to come closer towards us. We might not get that much, but we're probably going to get a little bit of something. Anyways, that is my second weather briefing. Thank you.